I keep hitting the buttons. I don't know if I shut it off, but I'm going to continue like I didn't. Like I didn't just shut off the audio. And if I record a podcast and it turns out that none of the audio is recorded, I'm releasing the video only. And people are going to have to watch this and try and read my lips and see what the heck I'm talking about. First of all, I'd like to invite my guest on. This is my friend Jack. He's a man without a face. Yeah, like that song. Billy Idol. So, he's my guest, or she. Could be Jackie O'Lantern. Friend of Jackie Onassis. Anyway. So, I'm just keeping my friend around because I like pumpkins. And it's just because it's like, oh, Halloween's done. So you have to get rid of all the pumpkins and stuff? No, I like pumpkins. I'm going to hold on to this one. It's a good pumpkin. So, anyway, moving on. Moving forward. I got some details here, but before I get into these, welcome to a very chillax episode. I don't know if this is a tradition we're starting, but it's Monday, and I didn't really feel like having a formal podcast, so I turned the camera around to the couch. Here it is. So me and my friend Jackie and we're calling it chill. We're gonna call in chill today. We're still gonna show up, but we're giving it like 85. We're giving it like an 85%, which is okay for a Monday. And I want to talk about pizzas that you get from the supermarket, because I think one of the reasons why I'm so tired is because I got a pizza from the supermarket, and I spent a little extra money. I spent $20 on this pizza, and it was on sale. It's typically $25. I saw, it's kind of a deep dish, kind of like a thick old pie. I was like, oh, $5 off. I think I have a theory with supermarket pizza. You either have to go cheap, like a $3 pizza, and then the best flavor of that is to get spinach, and that's to have on the side. So if you're just like having chicken and a salad, just put that in the oven and have that as like a little side, It's like bread and cheese, sauce, and some spinach. It's great. Other than that, you're competing with restaurants, pizzerias, places that are like, that's their only thing, is to make like fresh pizza pies. They have pizza ovens and staff and stuff. You're not gonna beat that with the $10. So don't go in the middle. Don't go in the middle and get a Delizio or one of those DiGiorno's or something like that. Don't spend $10. Spend $3 or spend $25 and get those like places like their specialty. They only do that. They freeze them up. They send them out to supermarkets, but they're good. So don't ever spend $10 on a supermarket pizza and talk to me ever again, because I won't even look at you. I'll be like, I'll look at you once and you'll know exactly what I'm looking at you about. That $10 you spent at Safeways, and then you brought it home and it tastes like dirt. I'm talking about dirt pizza. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to take a look at I have this idea. It's basically, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Anyway, I have these bags here. Let's talk about my bags. You've heard of Go bags. You've heard of Van bags. These are Van Gogh bags. You've seen these at Dollarama. These are Van Gogh bags. Vincent Van Gogh. Vincent Van Gogh, you've never heard of him? Vincent Van Gogh, he's a painter. You got these for like $4.50 at Dollarama. Beautiful bags. Beautiful bags. They're cheaply made. I'm sure some poor children made them in like Bangladesh or something. Let's see where they're actually made. China. So yeah, it's just a factory. They're sewing these together. And nice prints though. Van Gogh. I love Van Gogh. Anybody that knows me knows that I like Van Gogh. So, Van Gogh bags. Go to Dollarama and get yourself a Van Gogh bag before they're all out, because they're beautiful. They're really nice bags. I don't know what got me all in a hop about these Van Gogh bags, but I like Van Gogh and I like Dollarama. And I'm neutral when it comes to bags, because I like baskets too. I like bins, baskets, any container I'm pretty much a fan of. I like shipping containers, but shipping containers are like fire, They do a lot of good, they do a lot of bad. I'm going to go out of this direction and go into another direction. I've been seeing Louis C.K. on all the podcasts. He was on the Dana Carvey podcast. Like Dana Carvey and David Spade. And he was getting into the stand-up, cutting into the meat and talking about stand-up. I like that, and I think he's on Good Friend, Bad Friends, Bobby Lee's podcast with Andrew Santino. And I like Louis C.K. I was thinking about Louis C.K. Louis C.K. is such a weird figure because, and I'm aware that I have like drywall patches. I was like, should I not do the podcast because of the drywall patches? And then I'm like, just do it. I was wearing Nike shoes and I looked at my feet and it just like, my Nike shoes were like, just fucking do it, homo. I was like, okay. So I did it. Anyway, Louis C.K. Well, Louis C.K. was like wondering if he should like force women to like jerk off in front of. He was wearing Nike shoes, and then Nike shoes were like, just do it. Okay, anyway, I don't even wear Nikes. I got like Adidas here, but not that I'm against Nike. I just buy what's available. I just do it. Anyway, Louis C.K., lucky Louis, unlucky Louis. Louis was at the top, really, and everybody, he had another HBO special every year, and he was making millions and millions of dollars. No other comedian had such a historic fall from grace other than Bill Cosby. But Bill Cosby had a bigger fall from grace than Louis C.K. But that's not the point. Louis C.K., I think, is a better comic than Mr. Cosby. And he might be the best comic alive. And that is true. I think anybody would say that Louis C.K. might be the best comic alive. Fuck, I hate talking about stand-up on a podcast. It just seems so... I don't want to talk about stand-up on a podcast. I don't know. Talking about stand-up on a podcast. I don't know. It's like talking about sex with your parents. It's just like, I don't know. Talking about stand-up, it's just like so... I don't know. It's my opinion, and I sure don't mind talking about this stuff, especially if I was out with a friend and we were having coffee. And we were just talking about stand-up and stand-up comedians. But just to sit there in your living room and analyze who the best stand-up is, and, it's Louis, or it's Patrice, or it's Richard Pryor, or this is where I was going to go with this. I mean, that's cheesy. Fuck. Talk about a regrettable topic. So I go, let me talk about my Van Gogh bags. Let me talk about Louis C.K., how I think he's the best stand-up comedian, how I don't like Richard... I like Richard Pryor. I don't like George Carlin. First of all, okay, I don't mind talking about this on a podcast. George Carlin... Well, never mind. I don't want to talk about this on a podcast. I'm just going through fucking topics here. This is stupid. Anyway, what do you think of my wall? It's gray now. It was orange. Before this, it was orange. Orange like Jackie here. Orange like my guest, Jackie Onassis. And then I got really stressed out having a big, because this wall isn't just this big. It goes all the way down to the kitchen. It runs the whole condo. So, I mean, it's just this big shining red orange wall. And I was like, holy moly, this thing's stressing me out. So I painted it gray. And ever since, I've been living in a much more calming environment. And honestly, I wouldn't mind painting the green wall this color, and it would just be nice. And I could have the only color in here could be Jackie and my plants, and I have a lot of plants. How many plants do I have? Never counted. Probably 20. I don't know. 20 little plants. Some of them are little, some of them are big. This is my biggest one. Old General Sherman here. And this is one of maybe 3 they're 2 generations old. Or yeah, and then most of these are just, they're babies, but they've grown, now they're big babies. Like me. I'm a big baby. Like this. Here, wait. This one's a big baby. Oh, fuck. I got a bunch of these ones. Like a whole bunch of these ones. And then this one. This is like... I'm going to put that right there. That's a weird spot to put it. Right in my crotch. Get out of here, pervert. Speaking of which, put Jackie in my crotch. This here is one of these guys. So this is the paw, and that's the junior. Are you interested in apartment botanicals? But yeah, I never was. But then my better half got me into it. She got like some plants, and then the one plant is Malamadre. Malamadre is Spanish for bad mom, and it has like these little babies, and then it like pushes them out of the pot, and then so it hangs out. But then if you just let it, you don't clip them, because you can clip them and then they're babies and then they become their own plant. But if you just let them go, they'll become just like vines and long vines. So I really like Malamadre. And then she really likes the Monstera plant. Monstera. But I sold it. I wish I didn't, actually. Now in hindsight, I wish I hadn't have sold it, because we were hung up on Financial Times. It's totally her fault, too. I'm just joking. It's my fault. It's always my fault, because I'm the man. Oops. Okay. And no, that's okay. I like it that way. I'm a traditional boy. But I sold it. Yeah, anyway. There's this song called I Sold the Bitch's Car and I Bought Myself an Old Guitar or something like that. I sold the bitch's car and I bought myself a new guitar. I can't remember. But I sold my dear's Monstera plant to pay for food, probably. I was hard up. This past year. I've been hard up the past, 5 years. Since COVID, it's been difficult. Oh, it's been real difficult, But we got through it with the Lord. Praise the Lord. Yeah, anyway, what else do we got here? Let's wrap it up, boys. Clippables. Okay, what do you think about this? Clippables. So this same thing that I'm doing here. We sit down, we come to your place, we shoot for 20 minutes. Could be your apartment like this. Could be your business. But I come to you. I bring all my gear, my gadgets. I'm like, go gadget podcast. And then we do the podcast. And then, depending on the price that we pick, I clip 1 minute out. I put the whole thing on YouTube, your YouTube. So you have a podcast. And then every week you'll have 1 or 2 1-minute clips that you can put on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. And it's you doing this. It's literally you just with the microphone in your hand saying like, yeah, this week was crazy. We had a sale on BMXs and somebody came in and, was wearing a monkey costume and did a backflip. Or you could be like, yeah, it's Valentine's Day coming up and we got a sale on things you put in your butt. Anyway, you can just it's a podcast. So, and then instead of charging what the radio station charges, which is like $1,000 for 15 commercials that they air at 2 a.m. and then you don't get to keep anything, or instead of charging what other social media people that have hey, I have a $20,000 camera, I have to charge you an arm and a leg. And it's like, no, I have my iPhone that my dad gave me because he got a new one. And my old one was unusable, but I was still using it. But this one's great. And then this laptop I stole from Best Buy. I'm just joking. That's a joke. Watch the previous episode. I did a joke about that. I bought it. And it wasn't Best Buy. It was Staples because they have a 2-week return policy. I could take that thing back 1.5 weeks from now and get 100% of the money I paid for it. What do you think about that, Dad? All right. Jackie's proud of me. And I'm proud of you. Okay. Hey, half of this is about me having a good time and you being jealous that you're not here. Or you can watch and imagine it like you are here. Like a porno. But I'm going to keep my clothes on. Anyway, Clippables. And I like the name Clippables because it's not really the full podcast that you want. The full podcast is the thing that you get to pick the minute from. You want the best minute of the half hour or the best 2 minutes of the half hour. So literally, just have the conversation. I'll be your guest. I'll be your first guest. Or you could, your niece or your nephew or your dog. My guest is a pumpkin, for crying out loud. Seriously. So just and then my prices, I was thinking about, we shoot the podcast anywhere. And then we can come up with different things. Like if it's just one angle like this is just simple one angle. If you wanted 1 minute and one full episode on YouTube and 1 minute cut out of that for social media, man. And we did that once a week. I would do it like this. If it was just one time, it would be $200, which is crazy cheap because you get to keep that forever. And that's like a commercial. You can use that like a commercial. The same way I'm using this like a commercial for this product, Clippables, you can use your podcast like a commercial for your vacuum store, or your crochet project or your catering company that you do out of your kitchen. You know what I mean? I would say that social media, podcasting, and having your own personal business are the 3 key components. You kind of need all. If you have social media, but you don't have you're just scrolling. It's like a magazine. You're just enjoying the content. I heard a content creator say something like this: become addicted to content. Just don't consume any. And that's funny because it's you assume that they're going to say, become addicted to content. And it's well, just don't consume it. And that means make it. But it's so hard to make content. It's so hard to make content. First of all, you need a computer. You need a computer. And if you don't get the right computer, believe me, I know, if you don't get the right computer and that's all the money you had, then that sets you back anyway, long story short, because I got the wrong computer and that bit me in the butt. But now I got this virus-ridden thing I can watch movies on, and that's about it. And then consume doom scroll content. But this computer here, this is going to be the computer I make clippables with. And yeah, I was thinking, if it's every week, something like $150 a week, and that $150 a week would bring you more attention to your business than a radio station or and you should pair that with social media boosting. You should do this. And I don't want to tell you how to run your business. Yeah, I do. I want to get in there like undercover boss, and I want to be like, what's going on here? Yeah, she's been treating me extremely rude. Yeah, I asked for a refill 14 minutes ago. They're chit-chatting in the back. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm John Taffer from Undercover Boss or whatever. I'm from Bar Rescue. I'm Podcast Rescue. I'm Ronny Taffer, Podcast Rescue, with my co-host Jackie, and we're coming into your business and we're going to say, your content sucks, your social media sucks, you need clippables to come in, and once a week we're going to film 20, 30, 40 minutes, a full conversation, and then we're going to find the best minute. I'm going to clip it out and send it to you that same day. We're going to do that once a week. That's it. That's a simple product. It's called clippables, baby. And that's how you shoot the commercial. That's it. That's all you have to do. And now I take that 30 seconds, and then I take another 30 seconds that was like a funny joke, and I pair them up together. Bada bing, bada boom. You got content that's art. It's funny. It's not like, come to my store, buy my product, please. It's just more giving than it is taking. Clippables. It's easy. It's content, easy content, and it doesn't have $1 million price tag. Because my dad gave me this for free. So anyway, I'm going in circles now, and I doubt that my followers are still watching. I'm sorry to say, but it's true. You guys have all gone to sleep now. It's 20 minutes in, and the sound of my smooth timbre has rocked you back into a sleepy slumber, and you are now spending your money on clippables. Follow clippables on Instagram. Actually, somebody already bought the thing, and now I'm like, well, do I spell it with a Z? Clippables? It doesn't look the same. It's it doesn't look good. So now, what if I spell it with a K? Clippables. Like Klippenstein or something, like clippable. It's still doesn't look. I want to see clip, like a clip, What do I do? I even sent a message to the guy that has clippables, and I'm like, hey buddy, I want to make a business, and you got my name. I'm like, get him, Jackie. And she's like, rah, like that movie, Revenge of the Pumpkin Queen. Okay, it's time to end the show. Thank you. This has been a Saskatchewan Nights couch session. Monday, we're doing it relaxed style. No desk, no tie, no suit, no boss. It's just you and me. And I might make some inappropriate jokes. Actually, we kept it pretty clean. Let's end it. Thanks for watching.